So I just finished a month-long drawing challenge, and I wanted to go over the data, review the month, see how it went, and ask the question, was it worth it? Was it worth my time and energy? Let's dive in, shall we? So, Goosetober Review by Emma Baginski, Art and Whimsy. For those of you who are new here, hi, I'm Emma. I'm an artist, and I'm making my own tarot deck that is Silly Goose themed. I have been working on it since April, and I really just wanted to get it into high gear. There's 78 illustrations in a deck, so my goal for October was to speed run, card production to try to do it as fast as possible. So my goals were be closer to finishing the tarot deck. Easy goal. Basically, if I draw one card, I do the goal. So, yep. Reach 500 subscribers on YouTube. Find a fun process. Don't overthink it. I am a chronic overthinker. So, the less thinking I do, the better. I've realized. And most importantly, stay sane. I really didn't want to burn myself out and risk not finishing the deck. So that was very important to me. This was the first day. I posted the rules and a little sticker I made, the I'm silly but I'm free sticker. I love it so much. Draw and post a goose for every day of October. It can be a reel or short or just a photo, and can be a tarot card or a doodle. And stay sane again was the goal. I let myself have days where I just post doodles. I wanted to make sure I had pretty flexible goals or rules so that on the days where I was burning out and I had a lot of other stuff I had to do in my real life, I had I could just whip out a doodle and I'm still good with the challenge. I think that really helped me. So these were the social medias that I used, YouTube, TikTok, and then Facebook and Instagram I posted on. So YouTube is my number one. It's my favorite. I watch it the most myself. I'm a user of YouTube. It's the one I've spent the most time making and curating. I've been posting for over a year. It's my largest following. And I think the most stable of the social media platforms, seemingly. I don't know, who knows with all of this stuff. I gained 113 subscribers, so I started at 450 and I ended at 563. So I smashed that 500 subscriber goal, so that's very exciting. Woo! For TikTok, I decided to post on TikTok even though I only had 4 followers, just to see, experiment with the apps. They say to diversify. So I know TikTok has a large spiritual and art community, so I thought it would be kind of a good fit for the tarot deck. And also, the Schrodinger's clock app. I don't know if TikTok is alive or dead. I don't know if it's banned or not. I don't know, it's very not a stable app at all, but my thought process is that I can go and get, I can post on TikTok until, its inevitable end. If it does end, who knows? And then I can get people to my YouTube that way. And then Meta and Facebook and Instagram. Oh my God. So all the people I know on real life, I'm friends with on Facebook and Instagram. And all my favorite old people are on Facebook. But overall, I am not a fan of Meta as a business. I watched a video, which I'll link, that kind of chronologues Facebook's downfall and also all of the atrocities that it's, if you want to watch the video, go for it. But in general, I'm not a fan of Facebook. Or Instagram. I don't think I'm going to continue putting any energy into it. Did post every day of October just to just for the challenge, because I watched the video halfway through the month of October. So I wanted to just to keep posting to commit to the challenge. But I only gained 1 follower, which was somebody that I knew in real life. So it doesn't count. So I think for if you're trying to like grow a platform from scratch, Meta, especially right now, not the vibe. I highly discourage, at least for me in like my content, no, it's not worth it. It's just straight up not worth it. There is a small note that I was reposting the TikTok videos. So out of all of like the apps for like on the creators side, I personally like TikTok the best, which is interesting when it comes to like making shorts. I think their closed captioning system is the best, and I preferred it over all of them. My process was post it to TikTok first, and then download the TikTok, and then post it on the other social medias. Facebook and Instagram specifically really hate that, so I don't know if they purposely suppressed, because it says like things with a watermark and stuff like that. So I might have been shooting myself in the foot there, but I did the same thing on YouTube, and that had no problem. YouTube did not care at all. Like maybe there was like a little bit of a decline in quality, but for my purposes as a one-woman show who's trying to balance life and everything, it was a sacrifice I'm willing to make, and Meta was not worth my time. As we continue, I am not going to include any of the stats I got for Meta for Facebook or Instagram. So this was day 2 through 6. I included all of the subscriber and viewer information on both for both YouTube and TikTok. It's interesting what like on different platforms what shorts do better. I was pretty happy with the views I've been getting, because I'm like I know that I'm a niche creator. like Silly Goose Tarot isn't exactly like a a pop culture staple at the moment. I was just happy for this whole process to get any subscribers at all. And you can see like over time that the subscriber number, even though it's like, small 1-digit, amounts, they do add up over time, over the course of the whole month. Day 7, I needed a little bit of a break, so I posted some doodles. I posted it on my story on TikTok because I didn't realize you could post images yet straight to the TikTok. And then I posted it on my community tab on YouTube because it doesn't have like a photo sharing feature other than the community tab. And then Instagram and Facebook, I posted it normally. This one did well with my friends and family. Then I posted some other ones. On day 11, I posted the Chariot card reel, which I actually really like. The card is about like movement and momentum. So I thought it was really funny that as soon as I posted it, it like spiked in views. Like YouTube pushed it out like crazy for some reason. No idea why. So this is my most viewed short. I didn't get like much more subscribers though for the views. So I don't really understand algorithms. I don't get it. It didn't pop off on TikTok, so it might have been a fluke. But for me, spiritually, 3/7 is my birthday, March 7th. So to me, it's kind of like Susan. When I posted it, it's like Susan being like, "Hell yeah, girl, you go." It was it was just for me, fun coincidence. If you believe in coincidences, that the Chariot card was the one to pop off. Day 13, specifically remember like being on like my wit's end. Like I was really struggling at this point, and I definitely needed a break. I was just gonna do a silly little doodle, but I decided to go into my basement, and there were all my art supplies, and I just like really wanted to just play with all of them. So I got out a bunch of art supplies I haven't used in like forever, and I just doodled and had a good time, and it was totally worth it and so much fun. Then we got day 14, 15, and 16. Day 15, I had a bit of a breakdown. Definitely the pressure was getting to me. It is funny that the breakdown happened during the day of the 10 of Wands, which is about like carrying a heavy burden, like, you know. So very thematic. I don't know if I'm just like very suggestible, and because I had that card, like that, like the pressure was on my mind, and like I inadvertently gave myself a little bit of a breakdown, or you know, or it's just like that was the vibe for the day. It wasn't the drawing of the card that was the problem at all. It was never the drawing that was the issue. It was making the shorts, like especially like just like talking through the shorts. That is the part I struggled with the most. But as I got through it and as I kept doing it, it got easier and easier. I think it was like just the halfway point that I really just like, I was just really feeling it that day. And then the next day I did feel better. I really like how the 10 of Swords turned out. So that, you know, that helped. I bounced back pretty quickly. And then we got the next week. I did one day where I did some doodles. It's interesting. I looked at like the breakdown, and every 6 days was I did a doodle instead of like a tarot card, and I didn't like plan that at all, but I guess that's just like my natural cycle. And we got the birth of Dolores. I love Dolores. She's my spirit animal. It's really funny because the things that you think will do really well end up usually not doing well. And then the things that you are like, whatever, and then you post, and then those ones do really well. The Tower card I thought would do a lot better because it's dramatic. But it was, for some reason, the 6 of Swords did so much better subscriber-wise, but worse view-wise. Like, I guess whoever saw the 6 of Swords was like, yep, that's the vibe today, subscribe. So on day 25, I went out with a friend, and we went to a bar, and then we went back to her house, and then we just drank wine, and I doodled. And that was, I had a really stressful day, doing errands with my toddler, and having a girls' night with my friend was just very good, very cathartic, very healing. So yeah, don't forget to take some time to yourself, even if you're doing an art challenge and are taking care of a small child. And then the last week, nothing crazy, still just chugging along. Page of Swords did really well on TikTok. And then we ended with Temperance, which I love how that card turned out. Temperance was such a funny card because I had no idea what I was going to do for it, because like there's like on the normal tarot deck, it's like just like an angel. And I didn't know how to make a goose angel because they already have wings. So we went with biblically accurate goose angel, and that's fun. So the question, was it worth it? Absolutely, yes. It was totally worth it to me. I slammed out all of my goals. It was everything I wanted it to be. So I think in general, when it comes to like drawing challenges and posting challenges, tailor it to yourself. Don't just post just to post. I think the real reason I was so successful is because this is a project that I really want to complete. So like it isn't just like an arbitrary prompt, you know. So that's definitely helped me a lot. And then drawing daily was the most easy part for me. It was the, like, you know, being perceived in filming and recording my voice that was the most difficult. But over the course of 31 days, I got much better at it. I want to take a minute to talk about, you know, the personal growth I've experienced during this project, and even like throughout the Silly Goose adventure that I've been on. So just the act of like starting and like consistently working at it for over the span of many months, like I've been really able to systematically break through the mind prison that keeps us locked up in ourselves and like stops you from like wanting to share, and like, you know, the embarrassment and cringe of posting yourself online. I have to listen to myself talk. I have to edit myself. Like that's like a whole process. So overall, I'm like so happy and proud of myself for getting this far and doing this much. There was a time in my life where this kind of project, especially with like posting and everything added on top of that, would have been impossible for me. Like seriously impossible. Like the idea of doing it would have been paralyzing. But like over the past, I'd say 2 years specifically, I've been really trying to go through and just like understand myself better, really, is what's helped the most. I used to really struggle with things like commitment and follow through, and like actually like I'd love the idea of doing something and maybe I'd start it like once, but I'd never like continually work on something until it's finished. I have like undiagnosed but pretty obvious ADHD, so I get excited about a lot of things. It's been in the past very difficult for me to commit to a project. This year especially, and through the tarot project, I've really undergone dismantling all of my limiting beliefs, as like people say on the internet. Basically all of the things that keep you locked up in your head and stop you from pursuing the things you want. You really gotta go through those and like iron those out. I used to speak to myself in my brain really negatively. It's made me like change my mindset to like, instead of seeing me as like an absolute failure who can't do anything right or stick to anything, I'm more like a complex puzzle. Like just how I work. Instead of loathe myself, I can appreciate my idiosyncrasies and, you know, the way I am, and just find a way to work with it. I'm very chaotic, type B kind of person. I'm not like a rigid planner, not really structurally organized a lot of the times, but like I've found ways to help myself, like guide myself along the process. One example being how I tackled the tarot deck is I would randomize it. So I would have every card corresponded to a number, and I would randomly generate numbers. And that kind of aspect of me not choosing, like I don't want to choose, letting the random number generator choose what card I did next was like enough fun and excitement, because I didn't know what card I would do next, to keep my brain hooked on it. And I just like kept wanting to draw them. So instead of like, I feel like if I just did them in order, I would have gotten really bored. So basically like understanding yourself, appreciating kind of the complexities of yourself and how you work, and then working with that instead of against it. Like don't try to just like force yourself to be like the, you know, the type A person who can do everything methodically organized, and like, you know, you gotta shut out all the other people and find what works for you. And ultimately at the end of the day, I think the biggest thing that's like kept me going is like the fact that like this tarot deck project is something that I want. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing it because I want the deck to use. I'm an avid tarot user. And honestly, the most powerful thing you can do for yourself is committing to slow and steady progress. I know that, you know, age of social media, we want everything instant like that. The slow growth is so much more, one, sustainable, and two, rewarding. You know, like it's in like the building that you find like fulfillment and enjoyment. It's like the slow process of drawing every card and celebrating every card and like seeing them all come together. That has been so much fulfillment and enjoyment for me, in just like savoring that. Because once the deck's over and I have it, I'm gonna like feel a little empty. I'm not gonna have any more geese to draw. And that's like gonna be a little sad, you know? But so like while you're in the process, just like sitting down and appreciating it. Game changer. Also, something that's really helped me that I'm going to go into this more in a different video, so I'll just briefly overview it, is I've changed my thinking from like, you know, days and weeks, like time period, to thinking in years and decades. Mostly having a child is the reason I started doing that. But it helps in like my artistic life too, because I'm now kind of thinking like in chapters, and like I have like a North Star of where I want to go. Obviously, not everything goes to plan, but it's nice having that big picture perspective to help you get through things and like go in the right direction. The future. So for those of you who are really interested in getting the tarot deck, I have to finish up the cards. Obviously, I have a couple more of those to go. I can slam them out this month, obviously. I have to make the notebook, or I have to make the guidebook that goes along with the deck, which hopefully, I don't know how long that's going to take me. I fucking hate writing. So that's going to be another challenge. But I'm going to do my best. I'm committed. I think it'll go well. Hopefully, I have no idea. Hopefully, it'll take me like a week or two. Because like I already know what all the cards are. And it's not like I have to do research. Because I've already, I've been researching for years at this point. So hopefully I can slam it out. Then I have to contact the manufacturer that I'm hoping to work with. I also have to find other manufacturers in case this one doesn't go through. I've never manufactured a product before. I have no idea how long this is going to take to actually get it made. So, continue to look for updates. I will post updates. I will eventually be posting a Kickstarter to get the necessary funding in order to get the deck produced. You have to pay the manufacturer to get the cards made. And I don't have like $20,000 lying around. So we'll see how far we can get through crowdfunding. I'm also going to make a bunch of products to go along with the Silly Goose Tarot Deck launch, which I have a couple ideas that I'm really excited for. So yeah, the Silly Goose saga is not over yet. I am going to also continue posting more talky videos. I like talking. I'm a yapper. I like to yap about things. I have a couple video ideas that aren't goose related coming up as well, for those of you who like my more video essay type videos. I still like doing those. So yeah, no definitive timeline at the moment, but once I know more, I will post about it. Also in my personal life, we've been renovating a really old, decrepit house, and we're doing the final push to hopefully move by the end of the year. We'll see how that goes. So I'm also kind of, I got a lot of plates spinning. I'm gonna be doing my best to get this all done. But most importantly, I wanted to thank everybody. This experience has been so wonderful, and I loved reading all of the comments. Some of them made me laugh really hard. It made the process of posting so much better, when people would comment cute things about geese. I really loved it. And thank you to all of my real life friends and family who were insanely supportive along this journey. Also, since you've made it to the end of the video, I have a special goose for you. It is the next goose, the Hermit, which is like the perfect card for this. So the key words for this card are introspection, self-exploration, and contemplation. It means tune out the external chatter. The answers you seek are within. Just real quick, random thing. I want to have a place where I can post updates and stuff like that for the Silly Goose projects. I toyed around with the idea of a Ko-Fi or Patreon. I'm not sure if people are interested. I don't love the idea of monthly subscriptions. I think that they are going to be the death of us. But I do obviously like the idea of like crowdfunding and like supporting artists and stuff like that. So I don't know what you guys think, and then that way I can like post product ideas and like have polls and like get your like ideas. I don't know if there's like a platform specifically that people like for that kind of stuff, so if you have any ideas, let me know. If not, I'll figure it out. So, anyway, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video, which, you know, hopefully will come out more frequently now that I'm done with Goosetober. And I'm not posting shorts every day. Bye!